Hello everyone, this is Aurea, and in this video I'll be showing you the steps that I take to get my plants ready for the winter season. So if you're interested in learning about overwintering, keep on watching. The first thing you're going to want to do before bringing your plants indoors is moving them from their regular pot into a smaller pot. Here I have a 3-gallon container and I moved the plant into a 1-gallon container, which will be enough for the winter. I then spray my whole plant with neem oil and dish soap just so I don't bring any pests inside. Some supplies that I use are scissors, some pruning shears, a bowl for the fruit, and a bowl for the edible leaves. So the first step in getting them ready for the winter is getting some scissors and collecting all of the pods, the ripe ones and the unripe ones from the plant. There's a lot of reasons why I overwinter my plants. First of all, it takes a lot of work to start from seed every year. And with me living in Zone 5B, I have a short growing season. And by starting from an adult plant, I get fruits earlier in the season. There's a few considerations that I take before cutting my plants up. For this plant in particular, you can see that the plant decided to split off its branches at the very base. So what I like to do here is I cut about 5 to 6 inches above where the plant naturally branched off. And you can see me here cutting right above a leaf node because that's where new growth tend to pop out of. What I like to do next is to just clean off the plants, remove some of the bigger leaves and any of the younger growth, and I like to leave just the main branches on the plant. There we go. That one's ready for winter. So what I like to do for this kind of branch where there's a main branch here and then it splits off into a Y, and the same goes for this other plant, what I like to do is take my pruning shears and I cut about 1 inch where that plant splits into the 2 branches. This seems pretty drastic, but I promise you the plants will bounce back. And that plant is ready for winter too. There's also plants like this one where there's a main branch at the base and it splits off into so many different branches you just don't know where to cut. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it on this one. So the first step again is that we're going to want to harvest all of the peppers that are still left on that plant. First thing you're going to want to look for is where your plant naturally splits off into branches. For this one, it's about 4 to 5 inches above where the base is, and then I cut right above of the leaf node. And I'm going to even out the height of the plant just so it looks more pleasing to the eye. And then I'm going to trim off the younger growth like this one. It's still green. You'll know the main branches because they're woodier and they tend to be corked. And just clean up some of these younger branches, and that one's ready for winter as well. And just as an extra step, I like to spray them down again with 100% cold pressed neem oil mixed in with some water and dish soap, and then I sprinkle a little bit of this mosquito bits on top of the soil to control fungus gnats. You'll then want to store your plants somewhere where they get bright indirect light, and then you can water them every 10 to 14 days. And in 2 to 3 weeks, you'll start seeing new growth on these babies, and they'll be ready for spring. And this is the method that I've had the most success with. This is my 3-year-old ghost pepper that gets more and more productive every year. If you guys have more questions for me, please leave them in the comments below and I'll get to them as soon as possible. Happy growing! Bye!